Language is the roadmap of a culture. It tells you where its people come from and where they are going. Good day. Come and listen as we delve into the topic of the link between language, culture, and society. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to first know the link between language and culture, then know the link between language and society, and lastly, to know the link between culture and society. But before we move to the main topic, let us first define what is language, what is culture, and what is society. So, language is a complex system of communication that uses sounds, symbols, or gestures to convey information. It allows people to express thoughts, emotions, and ideas clearly and effectively. Language helps individuals share knowledge, ask questions, build relationships, and social connections. It can take various forms, such as spoken words, written text, or sign language, each with its own rules and structures. On the other hand, culture is the way of life of a group of people. It includes their customs, traditions, beliefs, and values. Culture is shown through language, food, music, art, and rituals. It shapes how people behave and interact with each other. Culture is learned from family and community and is passed down through generations. Lastly, society is a group of people who live in a community. They share common laws, institutions, and ways of life. Society helps organize how people interact and support each other. It includes different roles like families, schools, and governments. People in a society work together to meet their needs and build a safe, functioning community.
So now, let's proceed to the link between language and culture. So language and culture are inextricably linked, with language serving as both a reflection and a shaper of cultural identity, values, and worldview. The interplay between language and culture is dynamic, influencing how individuals and societies interact with and understand the world. For us to further understand the link between language and culture, let's have some points that show the link between language and culture. First, we have manifestation of cultural identity. Language is an essential tool that helps us show who we are and where we belong. Different groups of people have their own special ways of talking, and these special ways include how they say words, the sounds they make, and the words they use. When individuals communicate in specific manners, like using a different accent or saying words that are unique to their group, it tells people that they are part of their particular group with its own rules and traditions. And by using these special words and sounds, people can tell the identity of an individual. Second, we have passing down culture. Imagine language as a magical time machine that allows people to share their knowledge, culture, and traditions. Different cultures use their own special words and stories to keep their history alive, and this practice helps families and communities remember the remarkable things that shape them for who they are. So, by using language, people can ensure that their traditions, beliefs, and stories are never forgotten. 3. We have cultural nuances and context. Language holds special words, sayings, and stories that are unique to each culture. These cultural nuances may not have the exact meaning in other languages because they are deeply rooted in the traditions, beliefs, and experiences of a specific community. To grasp the full meaning of these expressions, we need to have a deep understanding of the cultural context in which they are used. This highlights how these two are connected to each other, and we can gain a richer appreciation of how language reflects this values, histories, history and identity of a particular group of people. And lastly, we have conservation of cultural heritage. Some languages are like special keys that unlock the doors to a whole world of stories, traditions, and secrets. When we work to save these languages, we are also saving all the important things that make a culture unique, like their songs, dances, and ways of doing things. By keeping these languages alive, we make sure that the special knowledge and stories are not lost, but passed on the children of tomorrow, so they can learn about the amazing heritage of their ancestors.
For our second one, we have language and society. In language and society, language is an integral part of the human society, deeply influencing and reflecting social interactions, identity, norms, and structures. We have four different aspects in language functions. In the first one, we have communication. In communication, language is the main tool that we use to talk to each other. It helps us share our ideas, feelings, and informations, making social interactions possible. This includes not just spoken words but also written and body language. For our second one, we have social identity. The way we speak, like our accents, dialects, and slangs, shows our social identity. It can tell others where we're from or which social group we're from. For example, someone's accent might reveal their hometown, and their use of slang might show where they belong to a certain age group or profession. For our third one, we have social norms. In social norms, language shows and enforces social norms and values. It helps people understand how to act in different situations. For instance, we use formal language in professional settings to show respect, and casual language with friends and family. Saying please and thank you can be a way to be polite to them. And for our last one is the social structure. In social structure, language reflects social hierarchies and power dynamics. We often use different levels of formality based on someone's status. For example, we might use sir, ma'am to show respect. In some societies, certain languages or dialects are considered more prestigious, affecting social mobility and opportunities. In conclusion, language is more than just a way to communicate. It helps us define our identity, teach social norms, and reflect social structures. Understanding this can help us appreciate the role in language in our everyday lives.
So down to the last, we have the link between culture and society. Culture and society shares a close relationship. Culture encompasses the beliefs, customs, and traditions of a group, while society refers to the collective of people coexisting. Culture guides behaviors and interactions within society, while society nurtures and upholds cultural guidelines. These two entities continuously influence each other, shaping a collective way of life. So here are the main points of the link between culture and society. First is the shared customs. Culture shapes the shared behaviors and traditions within a society. These customs become deeply ingrained in the fabric of daily life for members of that society. For example, cultural customs like celebrating festivals or observing rites of passage play a significant role in shaping social interactions and relationships. They provide a sense of continuity and identity, reinforcing the collective values and beliefs of the community. Next is the social norms. Culture establishes the norms for acceptable behavior within a society. These norms guide interactions and expectations among members, ensuring social harmony based on cultural values. Social norms dictate how individuals should behave in various situations, from manners and etiquette to gender roles and familial responsibilities. They serve as a framework for social order, influencing everything from interpersonal relationships to institutional practices. The third one is for communication. Culture influences how people communicate within society. Language, gestures, and other forms of communication are deeply rooted in cultural practices. Different cultures may have unique communication styles, idioms, and expressions that reflect their values, beliefs, and worldview. Effective communication within society relies on understanding and respecting these cultural nuances, facilitating meaningful exchanges and connections among members. The fourth one is identity. Culture provides individuals with a sense of identity within society. Cultural beliefs, traditions, and values contribute to one's understanding of themselves and their place in the social fabric. Cultural identity shapes how individuals perceive themselves and others, influencing their behaviors, attitudes, and affiliations. It serves as a source of pride and belonging, fostering solidarity and cohesion among members of the society. So the fifth one is cohesion. Cultural practices foster a sense of unity and belonging within society. Shared experiences and values bring people together, strengthening social bonds and promoting cooperation and solidarity. Cultural rituals, ceremonies, and celebrations serves as communal gatherings that reinforce collective identity and reinforce social cohesion. They provide opportunities for individuals to connect with others, build relationships, and participate in shared traditions that contribute to a sense of belonging and inclusion. The sixth one is adaptation. But culture and society adapt to changing circumstances. Cultural practices may evolve to meet new needs or challenges within society, while societal changes can influence cultural norms and traditions. Adaptation allows culture and society to remain dynamic and resilient in the face of external pressures, technological advancements, and social transformations. It involves a process of negotiation and innovation where individuals and groups navigate changes while preserving essential elements of their cultural heritage and identity. So, lastly, we have the transmission. Culture is passed down from generation to generation within society. Though various means such as education, storytelling, and socialization, cultural practices are preserved and transmitted to ensure continuity and cohesion within the society. Transmission involves the transfer of knowledge, values, customs, and traditions from elders to younger generations, perpetuating cultural identity and heritage. It plays a vital role in maintaining cultural cohesion and preserving the collective memory of the society across time. According to Sir Edward Burnett Tyler, as the essence of consciousness, culture is inseparable from society. Indeed, it is the very fabric upon which societies are woven. As the conclusion, we came up with this. The relationship between language, culture, and society is deeply intertwined, each element influencing and shaping the others in a complex and dynamic manner. Language serves as a vessel for cultural expression, encapsulating the values, beliefs, and traditions of a society within its linguistic framework. Conversely, culture provides the context and meaning through which language is understood and interpreted, shaping the nuances of communication and social interactions. Society, as the collective organization of individuals, both influences and is influenced by language and culture, as they collectively define social norms, behaviors, and identities. Together, language, culture, and society form an intricate web of connections where changes in one element can ripple through and impact the others, reflecting the ever evolving nature of human civilization.